You know, when you're visiting a college on admission day and they talk to you like you're made of gold? Yeah, it is because you are, and you should run. So I thought I would make a list of all the things that I wish I knew before, decisions were made for me. Not that I'm upset anymore. I am not. Trust me, I'm not. But things could have been a lot easier if I could predict stuff that was going to come my way. And so I'm making this video in hopes that maybe someone out there is like me. Maybe someone out there doesn't know what it's actually like and needs to prepare before they leave for their med school or dental school, whatever it is. There are some very important things that you should know before joining a college, but especially a med school or a dental school, because the bullying that happens in healthcare institutes, it's next level. I'm sorry, it just is next level. Like, it's 3 times 3 idiots bullying. Like, it's bad. Everybody's in on it. Everybody's completely okay with it. Everybody's complicit. I mean, yeah, people talk. They express their concern. They sit down in the canteen with their momos and they talk about how awful it is that happened. So that brings me to the first thing that I wish I knew, which is that there's this hierarchical form of bullying that all Indian med schools or dental schools will follow, which means that the second year is entitled to bullying the first year, the third year is entitled to bullying the second and the first year, the fourth year is entitled to bullying all the years, the fifth year, which is the interns, they can bully everybody else, and the faculty, they're at the top. They're the big fish. You don't want to mess with them. Especially if you live in the dorm. Because if you live in the dorm, that means that you don't have the protection of your home or your parents. Nobody's coming to check in on you every single day. You're far away from your home, which makes you a very easy target for a lot of people that love to bully. A lot of the people that were bullied in my college were in fact from the dorms, because it's very toxic out there. You need to understand that when someone's bullying, they love to find targets that don't have a support system, which is almost always going to be students in the dorm. So if you're going to be staying in a dorm, which most people, med schools, dental schools are not everywhere, so most people are going to be away from their homes. It's important to understand that you need to be protected, and the only way to protect yourself is to just maintain distance, throw fake compliments everywhere you go. It will make sure that nobody wants to get on your bad side, because you give them an ego boost. It's always all about an ego boost. The more you can boost their egos, the less they see you as a threat, because it really is just an IQ issue. Trust me, if you make them think that they are king, they will let you go. It is that easy. It's something that I couldn't do because I have big anger issues, and I just can't see someone else that didn't do anything wrong get wronged, or me when I didn't do anything get wronged. Like, a lot of situations I could have escaped if I just said a simple sorry, but I'm also a very egotistical person, and there's going to be posters that say it's an anti-ragging place, but the ragging is very much accepted in a lot of places in India. There's no real repercussions for being a shitty person. I think we can all agree with that. And so it's, at the end of the day, it's all about how you can protect yourself from the said shitty people. Another thing that I wish that I knew, which is another very important thing, is that all your peers are going to judge you by how you score in your exams. And if you happen to fail a semester, they're going to talk to you like that you have a disease that they're going to catch if they talk to you. So like, a lot of people just stop talking to you or act weird around you if you fail a semester. That's something that I wish I knew. It doesn't sound that bad, but if everybody around you is treating you weirdly and awkwardly, then it's going to have an effect on your mental, if you like it or not. We're social animals, and if we're socially rejected, it's going to have an effect. Every action has a reaction. So that made me feel bad. And I can admit that now, but I couldn't before. It was so hard to even think about it as something that was happening. But now that I can look back, that's something that I wish I knew, because then I wouldn't have failed. And again, let me tell you, the education is not that hard. It's not hard to study. I've never failed in my life. It was hard to handle all the pressure, the humiliation rituals, the bullying. That's what crumbled me, and that's why this video exists. Another thing I wish I knew is in the first year, if you don't if you say you're not an average student or you take too many days off, your attendance is pretty bad, that will land you on a list, and they call it the defaulters list. And what happens with the people on this list is that chances are that nobody's ever going to want to know what your personal reasons were. You know, they definitely won't care. What's going to happen is that this list is going to pass down year after year after year to the next teachers and the next teachers, because that's just what happens. Your first impression quite literally is your last impression. And so if you do really good in first year, the teachers after that will just, I don't know, I think they talk or something. They just have the same opinions of you as the teachers before. Nobody wants to know you. Nobody cares. It's a very stressful place. You know, there's a lot of toxicity even among the teachers. So you would think that people in healthcare would be empathetic, but they're very, very unempathetic. And my sister's yelling right now. I don't know why. Another thing is that they love to do humiliation rituals. So say you don't have your fees given and you're kind of late on it. They're not going to make it an issue between you and them. They're going to make it an issue between you and the entire city. Everybody in the city is going to know that you didn't pay. It's something that you could do so much more gracefully and without spending so much energy. But somehow Indian school systems are still stuck in the I don't know what century, because they think that humiliation rituals are the best way to get productivity and money on time from students, from literal 19-year-olds, by harassing them and humiliating them. So like, I know like not everybody has this problem, but for the people that do, for the people that are kind of late on their fees, I think it would be easier if they could just call you into the office and talk about it, or maybe, you know, something less volatile. But they just love to do that. They love humiliation rituals because everything is a power trip. And I think that's the core of this video, that if you take anything out, if you take anything away from this silly little video, take this. Everything at its core, it's a power trip. Teachers love that power trip. Your peers above you, your seniors are going to love a good power trip, because it's a torture system. Everybody's torturing everybody. And when you're in the first year, you're new. You're still just a kid. You're literally a baby, I think. 18-year-olds are kids. You've never lived away from home. And the second years that choose to go on this route of bullying, and everybody, I think, that chooses, they're just tired people that somebody else took it out on them, and the only way they can see of redemption is to take it out on you. And it's just the truth. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but nobody wants to sit down and think about how it wasn't okay and just end it at that and try not to be like that. Instead, most people think that the only way to get rid of the curse is by passing it on, and that's not how you get rid of the curse. That's how you keep it alive. Just keep your distance. Stay uninterested. Pass compliments. Give them ego boosts, and everything will be fine.